Hip-hop has always been a male-dominated genre since its creation in the late 1970s. During the golden era in the late 1980s, women were starting to find success in hip-hop. But female rappers really started exploding in the late 1990s and early 2000s. The women brought innovation and a new flavor to hip-hop with their fashion and feminist lyrics. But after 2010, there weren't so many anymore. This is what happened to some of those female rappers from the early 2000s. Veda rose to fame in the late 1990s when she became the first lady of Murder Inc. Records. Her sister is Kima Rainer of the 90s girl group Total. A lot of her fame came from playing DMX's side chick in the 1998 film Belly.
Yo, who is this? And who is this? This is Keisha.
Then from there, she started being managed by Hype Williams, who directed the film. She was on the set of the music video for Method Man and D'Angelo's Breakups to Makeups when Hype introduced her to Irv Gotti and Ja Rule. And that's how she became the first lady of Murder Inc. Veda appeared on a number of hit records by Ja Rule, like Put It On Me, Holla Holla, and Down For You.
And I accept when you rip, when you're caught in the wrong. And respect when you flip, cause our love is strong. True, baby, it's only for you, baby. Veda thighs only divide.
She walked in the Julian McDonald Fashion Week show in the year 2000.
That chick be a chick, be a chick,
Veda recorded her first album, La Dolce Vita, but it was never commercially released because of issues with the label. Murder Inc. had a hard time getting albums in stores because of the name of the record label. Then in January 2003, the FBI and NYPD investigators raided the Murder Inc. office, resulting in charges of money laundering being brought against the CEO, Irv Gotti. And this led to the label falling apart. Not only that, her lead solo single, Justify My Love, was blocked from being released by Madonna, who did not clear the sample. Veda eventually became a lingerie designer, and she still continues to release music from time to time. Rah Digga was most known for her association with Busta Rhymes and being the first lady of Flip Mode Squad in the late 1990s and early 2000s. She became a part of the Outsiders in the early 90s and was featured on the Fugees' 1996 song Cowboys. She eventually caught the attention of rapper Q-Tip and signed with Busta Rhymes' Flip Mode Squad after meeting him through Q-Tip. She started appearing on numerous Busta Rhymes songs. Rah released her debut album, Dirty Harriet, on April 4th, 2000.
It was tight, cause the sister write rhymes all day and all night. Dwelling south for the
And the album went on to sell over 396,000 units in the United States. The following year, she got into acting and was cast in the films 13 Ghosts and Carmen, a hip opera, alongside Beyonce and Joy Bryant.
in the peach pit scheming like hell.
Cause she's gotta have it.
Spike Lee on the celly.
Now I'm still coming, but right now I'm not ready.
In 2002, she was featured on the Busta Rhymes and Mariah Carey song, I Know What You Want.
Alexis to Rovers, mad years past, still got each other back. Word is born, never.
And her second album, Everything Is a Story, was due to be released in 2004, but was shelved by the label. She continued to do featured appearances on songs throughout the years.
Run it up. Now we hopping on a jet, he ain't wasting no time. Told me all expense paid, any place I can find.
But her second album would not come out until 2010, 10 years after her debut album. She also parted ways with Busta Rhymes because she felt stagnant. Her last solo single was in 2014, but Rah continues to do features on songs for other artists. Chicago rapper Shauna was known as the first lady of Disturbing the Peace Records in the early 2000s. Her father is legendary blues guitarist Buddy Guy. In the 90s, she formed the rap duo Infamous Syndicate, and they met up-and-coming producer Kanye West through a mutual friend, and he would produce their debut album. After the duo broke up, Shauna met Ludacris, who invited her to record a hook for his 2000 hit song, What's Your Fantasy?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Give it to me now. Give it to me.
The song peaked at number 21 on the Billboard Hot 100, and he signed her to his Disturbing the Peace label. The following year, they were both featured on Mariah Carey's Loverboy track for the album and movie Glitter. Shauna and Luda teamed up for a number of songs like Shake That, P Poppin', and the number one single, Stand Up.
When I move, you move.
Just like that.
Hell yeah, DJ, bring that back.
Her debut solo album, Worth the Wait, was released in September 2004, peaking at number 22 on the Billboard 200 and receiving favorable reviews. She came back in December 2005 with the lead single, Gettin' Some, and it was a huge hit, reaching the top 40 on Billboard. Her second solo studio album, Block Music, was also successful, but this would be her last commercial project. In 2009, she and Luda started working on a collaborative album titled Battle of the Sexes, but she ended up splitting from Disturbing the Peace and signed with T-Pain's Nappy Boy Entertainment. Shauna was removed from the album, making it a solo album by Ludacris. It was her decision to walk away from the project because she says she was dealing with a demon. She secretly welcomed a baby girl. She told Vibe magazine in 2010, "I just disappeared. And honestly, to really tell you the truth, I had another baby. I found out I was pregnant. And then I was like, I can't get on stage with this big belly and rock out and do videos and stuff. I don't like the industry and the media being a part of my personal life. But people really need to make it add up. Between me not feeling 100% sure of the success of it and then finding out I was having a baby, yeah. I don't even think Luda knows about my baby, but he knows now," end quote. In 2014, she was trying to get back on the scene and was invited to participate in the BET Hip Hop Awards cypher, but BET denied her access to the show and red carpet after Luda allegedly had BET block her, since his label Disturbing the Peace was in partnership with BET to present the festivities for the award show. The two have since made amends. Shauna is now independently releasing music, and she also has her own cosmetic line called Shades by Shauna. Charli Baltimore hit the rap scene in the mid-1990s, but her career didn't take off until the early 2000s. In 1995, she began a romantic relationship with the Notorious B.I.G., who encouraged her to pursue a rap career, and they were forming a rap trio called The Commission with Jay-Z. Unfortunately, Biggie died in 1997, which was a major setback for her career. Her debut album, Cold as Ice, was set to be released in 1999, but it was never commercially released due to the singles underperforming. The song Ice, featuring Mace, faced some sample clearance issues because it sampled the song Under Pressure by Queen and David Bowie, who did not clear it. In 2002, she teamed up with Irv Gotti and signed with Murder Inc. That's where she started being featured on songs by Ja Rule and other label members, like Down For You, Down Ass Chick, and Ashanti's Rain On Me remix.
Know what they know about it. Extreme measures, I'ma ride with you and my baby. Splitting the dub with you cause I played my position with Cold D's, OGs. Until they're watching me closely. He best know how I'm rolling before he approach me.
Her song, Hey Charli, was released in late August 2002 as the lead single off her debut album. But for undisclosed reasons, the music video was canceled and the song was pulled from radios. In 2003, she was nominated for Best Female Rap Solo Performance for her single, Diary, at the Grammy Awards. Her debut studio album, The Diary You Think You Know, was slated to be released that year, but because the singles underperformed due to the lack of promotion, the album was shelved. The following year, she parted ways with Murder Inc. because the label's legal issues were getting in the way of her success. Charli faded into obscurity for over a decade until she joined the cast of WeTV's Growing Up Hip Hop New York in 2019. She now serves as a momager for her two daughters, Siani and India. Milli rose to fame in the late 1990s as Jay-Z's protege. She started out in an all-female group called Major Coins, and they would end up meeting Jay-Z when he was looking for women to provide vocals for his third album. He heard Milli freestyle and liked it. After the group broke up, she decided to pursue a solo career and signed with Jay-Z's Rockefeller label. She was featured on a few of his hit songs like Do It Again, Jigga What, Jigga Who, and Can I Get A, which was featured on the Rush Hour soundtrack.
12 a.m. on the way to the club, 1 a.m. about to shake the club. I'm the illest female that you heard thus far. 5'5" with the 34, the Parada, Alizé and vodka. Late nights, can't you lie? Then I tear the cocker.
She also appeared on songs with Mariah Carey, Jermaine Dupri, and LL Cool J. Her debut studio album, All Money Is Legal, was released in September 2000, and her debut solo single, I Got That, features Beyonce of Destiny's Child.
Credit cards, baby. I got it. But I pay my own bills. A million always has and always will. Got you.
But sales for the album and the singles were disappointing. She had a small role in the 2002 film State Property, produced by co-founder of Rockefeller Damon Dash. After that, she kind of faded into obscurity after she was dropped by Rockefeller, but still released a few mixtapes over the years. Milli eventually revealed that Jay-Z and Damon started distancing themselves and excluding her after she gained some weight.
Now what happened with Milli?
Oh. Now, what you say?
What happened with Milli? What happened with Milli?
Man, I don't know, man.
You asking the wrong people, man.
I don't know,
the lady, man.
You know what I mean? She doing her right now. I know what happened with Siegel.
What happened with Siegel?
Any of that was the case. I mean, I also heard that it was because I got real big and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, I got up to a little 135 pounds, if you want to call that big. Okay, yeah, I got there.
Oh, so they even said that because you gained some weight?
Yeah. That I gained weight, that I was real lazy and all this shit. Like, I mean, come on. All right, yes, I did gain a little weight.
Okay, how much weight did you gain?
I was like 110 pounds. It's less than that when I did Cannot Get It and all that.
But in 2014, she would confess to Vibe magazine that she did not like the music industry and would have preferred to remain an underground rapper. She said, "I wasn't there mentally. I was in my own world. Was I prepared? No. Did I realize what was happening right before my eyes? No. I started to rebel. I rebelled against the industry because it's not what I wanted. I hated traveling. I wasn't at after parties or the club. Also, at the time, my son's asthma, who was 5 or 6 years old at the time, was getting worse, and no one was there for me. I had to be there for him. I didn't think about the legalities of a lot of things. I never cared about the contracts. I could have been signing my life away. I was not a businesswoman at that time. I didn't have a manager or the things that most artists have. I didn't put my all into it. I didn't give 100% of myself. I felt like it just wasn't for me. That's when I started rebelling. I started rebelling because I wanted out. It was easier for me to slip away. I faded myself. No one faded me. And that's when everything seemed to go left. I think they knew through my actions that I wasn't in it. I wasn't the artist that was doing everything to be number one. I wasn't doing anything to make myself bigger than what I was. I wasn't putting any effort in promotion. I wasn't looking at it as a career. It's not that I wasn't doing it because I was stupid. It was because I didn't want to be there anymore. There was never a conversation. Jay-Z knew that that's not where I wanted to be. I told him that I couldn't do it for another year. I think he understood overall. He thought that as time went on, I'd be ready, but later realized I wasn't." End quote. Since then, Milli has maintained a private life and isn't on social media, but we sometimes see pictures of her pop up on the internet. Jackie O is a former rapper from Miami, Florida, who gained national attention for her 2003 single, Nookie. In 2002, Jackie signed a deal with Po' Boy Entertainment and released her first mixtape, The Official Bootleg. It went on to sell over 470,000 copies and was downloaded over 250,000 times. In October 2004, Jackie released her debut album, Po' Little Rich Girl, which hit number 95 on the Billboard 200.
Your mama don't lie. She say I'm no good. Well, she don't.
Her song Fine, featuring the Yin Yang Twins, was a hit on urban radios, and her song Sugar Walls was featured in the movie Beauty Shop. But after that, she fell on hard times. In 2006, Jackie filed for bankruptcy and was later allegedly caught shoplifting in West Palm Beach, which she pleaded no contest and got probation. She eventually formed her own label, Jack Move Entertainment, and released several mixtapes and her sophomore album. In 2008, she published her first novel called Grown and Gangsta, an urban tale. Jackie eventually became closer to God and retired her rap name. In an interview with The Hype magazine, she said, "Back when I was doing music, I was booked for a show that was all ages, meaning young teenagers could attend. I remembered looking down into the audience at 3 noticeably young girls singing one of my explicit songs, word for word. They were dancing and twerking, and I remember feeling really bad about it. So my transition didn't happen 6 years ago. God was working on me while I was still doing music. Another time, I was in a mall shopping when an older woman came up to me telling me that she noticed some of the other shoppers getting excited that I was there. She asked was I a rapper, and asked what kind of music I did. I thought about it for a minute, then found myself embarrassed to even say. This happened more than once, so I realized that a sense of morality was taking over me. And if I was ashamed of what I was doing, I didn't need to be doing it." Jackie, who now goes by her real name Angela, was celibate for 5 years until she got married in 2018. She is now a Christian speaker and runs the Angela Agape Ministry. Now you guys know I always do multiple parts to my videos, so drop some names of other female rappers from the early 2000s in the comments and let me know your thoughts. Like this video and subscribe to Black Femininity TV for more content.